Hey guys, I'm back with another video and I have another installment of my Candle Banter weekly recap video, except it's not weekly because they're very random, so a random candle recap video. Basically, anytime I accumulate a number of empties or candles that I've been going through in the past few weeks or whatever, I just do a recap video and talk about it all in one video, just to like update on candles that aren't necessarily current ones, but I've been burning recently, and so here we go. So we have BBW again for the first half, and then we have homeworks for the second half, so if you're interested, then stay tuned. And happy Sunday. Yeah. So the first empty we have, oh my god, I polished this one off like immediately. It's warm apple pie, friggin' excellent. This was from 2021 summer, and I think this was an online exclusive. And I think this one was getting really bad reviews, saying it was really light and unscented, but I had like a great experience with this. I found this for 75% off during this just very recent SAS, which was so stoked for, and it has like the little star lid on it. Just, oh my god, flawless down to the bottom. Like, do you see how clean and awesome of a burn that is? Just simply excellent, no soot, just, oh my god, this was a dream. So yeah, this one was, I didn't have to trim it. It was just a light and go experience. It just pulled out amazingly every single time. That's why I finished it. Like, when candles perform that nicely and cleanly, you don't have to do so much maintenance to it. It's just, it's so easy to polish them off. Like, freaking loved it. So this one is baked Granny Smith apple, melted brown sugar, and flaky homemade crust. Everybody knows this at this point. It's pretty much an online exclusive now all the time. It's your awesome, best, amazing, best warm apple pie fragrance on the market. You get those like cooked baked cinnamon apples mixed with a nice buttery flaky crust note, which is simply excellent. It's just they nail that crust note, and this one has like a great crust note at that. So I think this one was getting reviews for being very light, which warm apple pie has been notoriously light in the recent years. I think the strongest one that I had was the red version when PB&J came out, and that one was excellent and strong and awesome. This one was not as strong as that, but this was still more than enough, or like more than adequate for a smaller bedroom, so I would always just put it into the bedroom. I don't expect it to be super strong in my living room or whatever. In a bedroom, it was like a 4 or 5, but it was still pleasant. It was still present. You could still smell it. It was just great. It just smelled like warm apple pie. It never got burnt or nasty or grody, never deaded out. It was just like a very light to medium throw, but just perfect for a bedroom and not overpowering. Yeah, like I would totally repurchase like this exact version again. So simply excellent. Warm apple pie right there. Another empty is, of course, my beloved Pink Petal Tea Cake right here. So this one's actually 75% off, I think yesterday online, which was crazy. A lot of this collection was 75% off, so I guess that whole SAS collection, maybe they had a ton of inventory of it, because I think Pink Lemonade is still on the site. Like Black Cherry Seltzer and Fresh Lemon Waves, which is another excellent one, is also 75% off on the site. So crazy that they gave us so many 75% off candles this SAS. Either their inventory or their supply was much higher than the demand was. I don't really know what the deal was, but Pink Petal Tea Cake is awesome, amazing. I've talked about it so much. Pink Rose Petals, Pound Cake, Vanilla Glaze. Just super sweet, awesome, like rose cake, icing, frosting, fondant type of fragrance with like a vanilla strawberry cake undertone to it, and just a tad bit of that floral powderiness to it. This one's probably the strongest version. Great performance all the way down to the bottom, as you can see right there. I think I just like trimmed the wicks on this and it's totally fine. It's not overly sooty. Yeah, just excellent, like at least a good 7th row. So yeah, this was, I had no qualms with it. So Pink Petal Tea Cake right there. Probably the best version that's been out of all Pink Petal Tea Cakes. The next one, a friend was kind enough to give me for my birthday, which I wanted this candle for the longest time. And it's mint chocolate chip milkshake right there. And that's what that looks like, except this originally I think came with dust covers. This was from 2021 as well. I think this was also the summertime. Vanilla mint ice cream, chunky chocolate chips, and whipped cream. Love this one when it first came out, and I burned through it instantly, and I was just like, oh, I don't think I need another one. Like, I loved it and it was amazing. I finished it like no problem, but I was just like, oh, like I probably don't need another one because mint chocolate like fragrances come out all the time. But I was like, oh my god, this is another one I'm kicking that I just wish I had one more backup. So I was so thankful for the friend to actually get this to gift for my birthday. It's so good. It's probably their best mint chocolate fragrance, I think. Like, for me, it's just simply excellent. You get that mint chocolate fragrance in there, but there's such a creamy, buttery, like dairy, like thick, like just the texture of like a thick, creamy milkshake. That buttery dairy feel is so prominent in this. And like you can get like the huge, like hard chunks of chocolate in there mixed with the mint. Oh my god, it's just so decadent and so good. It's kind of like a cross between like their mint mocha bark fragrance and buttercream mint, where it has like that buttercream creamy dairy element with like a nice mint mocha bark type of like mint chocolate-ness to it. It doesn't have that sort of like plasticky bite that the mint chocolate fragrance has that usually comes out during candle day. That one has like an Andes chocolate mint, like slightly like plasticky waxy feel to it. This one has a little bit more of that like buttercream cream dairy like milkshake thickness to it that I really enjoy. Super strong, burns flawless down to the bottom. It's just perfect for like a super hot summer day where you get like a ice cream shop experience mixed with like a cooling mint chocolate, so it's still refreshing at the same time. Simply delicious. So happy to have this back in my collection again. So mint chocolate chip milkshake right there. And then just recapping a few fall ones I've just been really going to town with. Pumpkin peanut brittle, we're like halfway done with this one. I've been burning this one pretty steadily too. Already did a review and a haul on it. Crunchy caramel brittle, salty peanuts and toasted pumpkin seeds. It's an online exclusive, highly recommend it. Super strong, amazing throw on it. It's just like a quintessential BBW bakery fragrance. Very much like a Ritz cracker with a peanut butter feel to it. It does get kind of, has a curling wick, so it does like this schmutzy black soot on top kind of thing, but still so strong. Lingers for hours and hours. Like if you put it in your bedroom, it like lingers forever. That like caramel fragrance really like comes forward as the lingering note. Simply excellent. I can't rave about this enough, so definitely check this out. So happy to have that back again, even if it is an online exclusive. Another online exclusive I'm really enjoying is Banana Walnut Muffin right here. This one's also quite strong too. It's sweet bananas, golden nutmeg, and cinnamon sugar muffin. Burns fine, smells like a Otis Spunkmeyer banana walnut muffin. There's a slight salty, almost like soy saucy note to it that's a little off-putting at times. That's the reason why I don't like quite go to this one. There's like a sharpness to the nuts that's kind of a little bit salty. Reminds me of like soy sauce like being covered on a Otis Spunkmeyer banana muffin, but it's still delicious and scrumptious nonetheless, and it gives like a slight crumbly feel to it, and it gives it like an authentic feel to it. Still love it nonetheless. Awesome, just banana muffin fragrance. So I've been really enjoying that one too. And lastly, for BBW, I just did a review on this. I can't get enough of this. Like I will probably buy another one of this next time I do a candle haul when like the new ones come out. Pumpkin cinnamon bun, simply excellent. Slightly different from last year's. It has a more of that vanilla frosting note to it that's so sugary sweet, and like, or like the cream cheese frosting you get on a Cinnabon, or just like the sugary like sugar crystal texture you get of that frosting, just like piping hot on top of a freshly baked cinnamon bun, but just heavy emphasis on the vanilla frosting. It is warm cinnamon roll, pumpkin spice, and vanilla frosting. No pumpkin spice in there, but there is like a pumpkin pecan waffle sugar snickerdoodle type of bakery base with heaps of frosting on it. Oh my god, it's so delicious. It's just all I burn. So pumpkin cinnamon bun right there. So those were the BBW candles I've been burning this week. And then moving on to some homeworks. Another kind friend of mine last year, I believe, got me these when they first came out. So thank you so much. You know who you are. And I've been like finally getting around to finishing them. And it was the like bakery baked good trios from Homeworks, and that's apple butter waffles right there. This one's pretty much done, as you can see right there. This one burned fine. A little sooty, as is the case with Homeworks 4-wick candles. Belgian waffle, apple butter, cinnamon, and maple vanilla cream. This is very similar to their berry pumpkin waffles. So if you like berry pumpkin waffles and still want to get it, this is like the next best thing to it. It's like 90% the same. It's that same sweet fruit note mixed with their interpretation of pumpkin pecan waffles, which is a little bit more crispy and golden crust and a little less oily and like burnt smelling. Like the pumpkin pecan waffles from BBW always has that oily, grody, burnt thing at the mid-range point, but this one's a little bit more realistic and a little bit more authentic to a waffle experience, but you get that warm, like golden, like waffle batter experience mixed with like a warm fruit, and I guess in this case it's apple butter, but very similar to berry pumpkin waffles. So if you like that one, definitely check this one out. It was strong for a Homeworks, a good at least 7 to an 8. And just maybe a little bit sweeter, a little bit more appley than berry pumpkin waffles, but like sibling fragrances for sure. So that was that right there. Actually really enjoyed that one. That one burned great down to the bottom, so we'd love to see it. The other one from that collection that I've been also burning is the Glazed Blueberry Muffin right there. And this one is blueberry jam, lemon sugar, fresh pastry, and elderberry syrup. This one did unfortunately lose a wick, as you can see there, which is quite common with Homeworks, which is unfortunate, but that's what that looks like. So it's 3 wicks now, so it's kind of struggling to pull out. This one is also very, very sooty. That like, even if you trim them small little nubs, they will still inevitably soot by like the second hour, and it's just like, just billowing soot constantly. So that's just always an issue with Homeworks. This one is like a very super juicy, bright, zingy blueberry. It's almost like a blueberry glaze or just the top of the muffin rather than the entire muffin. There's not really a warm bakery note in this whatsoever. It's more so like a lemon and blueberry glaze on top of a baked item. It's more like an iced cool blueberry fragrance rather than a warm blueberry muffin baking out of the oven. So lacking the bakery element to it, but still awesome, juicy, bursting, awesome, like just blueberry candied fragrance. So that was the glazed blueberry muffin right there. We have another empty, and that is this All Through the House. I think this one came with the Yuletide Glow and the chevron packaging. And this one says evergreen, nutmeg, cinnamon, and sparkling pear. This is just a slightly sweeter BBW leaves is pretty much all it is, which Golden Harvest from Homeworks is also pretty much just leaves as well, so they love to do that leaves interpretation in the Homeworks realm. But this is just your like apple, cinnamon, cider type of fragrance, slightly craft store fragrance to it with like a little bit of like a berry juiciness in a slight evergreen green undertone, but pretty much just leaves from Bath & Body Works, just in fancy glass. It was very strong though, so we're good to go there, at least a good like 7 to an 8. It was great down to the bottom, just flawless, so we're good to go there. But this is pretty much just leaves, so I kind of don't need another one of that, but I really want a Yuletide Glow, so that was that. And then lastly, for my parents, I got for my birthday, it was the like last remaining one, I think, of this collection from Homeworks, and it is the Raspberry Shortbread candle. So as you recall, I had the Wildberry Vanilla Bean, which is a very close sibling fragrance to PB&J from BBW, so definitely check that out if you want to get something similar to PB&J. Wildberry Vanilla Bean from Homeworks is excellent. And then I had the Toasted Coconut Sugar, which is pretty much a repackage of coconut cake, so kind of take it or leave it. And then the last one, I think, was Raspberry Shortbread from this collection, and so this one's like, we're getting there. This one is Raspberry Jam, Warm Shortbread, Old Fashioned Lemonade, and Vanilla Bean. This one's interesting. There's a slight burnt boozy note to this that kind of is a little off-putting, to be honest. But you get a raspberry jam in there for sure. You do get a little bit of like a lemon zing to it, so there's a citrusness that gives it a little bright fragrance to it. And then you get a very buttery shortbread fragrance, but for some reason the buttery shortbread always smells a little bitter or burnt, which I don't love about it. And then if you watch the presentation, I think he says there's a rosewater note in this, and you do get slightly something that's like perfumey, and a little bug spray. It comes off a little bit more bug spray than like the awesome pure sweet rosewater you get in like rosewater meringue from BBW. It's like a little bit boozy and bug spray smelling that gives like an extra depth to it that I don't hate, but I don't love either. I'm glad that it gives it like slight uniqueness to it, but it's not quite as awesome and juicy as the rosewater note that BBW uses. It gives it a slight, I don't like a bug spray booziness mixed with that burnt shortbread. Has a little bit of an offness to this. This is a little bit harsh or abrasive than I would want it to be, but the shortbread is still kind of like warm and toasty and unique enough mixed with that raspberry jam that I'm still enjoy it and still kind of get into it. It's like a alternate universe Wildberry Jam donut from BBW. Same kind of like crumbly brown sugar, like bakery element mixed with a jam note, but this one has that extra addition of that weird off burntness mixed with the rose water and the bug spray. So yeah, still quite strong, still a 6 or a 7. I'm still like getting like actually pretty decent throw performance out of a lot of these, so I can't really complain about that. So that's the raspberry shortbread right there. But yes, that one I was super curious to smell, so I was glad I was finally able to get that. So thank you for that birthday present as well. And I believe that is it. Let me know if you've burned any of these or if you have any thoughts on any of these. Definitely recommend pumpkin cinnamon bun and pumpkin peanut brittle. And banana walnut muffin too. So yeah, thanks so much. Hope you guys have a good Sunday and the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.